you really feel a sense of grounding that wherever you are right now, whatever you're doing, whatever your current state is financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, this is the present moment. And this is a part of life that you are meant to go through. This is a part of life that has been laid out for you because everything does find you for a reason. Alrighty guys, hello, welcome back. My name is Jenny One, and I didn't have a video uploaded last week because I did record one but nothing went well, no audio was captured, and it was my sister's birthday, so we had a super busy weekend and I wasn't able to find time to re-record. Hence I couldn't upload anything last week. Not that I think anyone even cared or noticed, except the one friend who did mention it out to me, and that's the whole point of this channel, right? If it reaches one, then my job is done. So here I am today. I'm going to try and recreate what I spoke about last week, and fitting enough, it was about the importance of being present, the power of being present every moment that we can in our lives. And this is really, really important to me because I really intentionally try and live this way every day of my life now, for two reasons mainly. The first one is being present helps us really be grounded and be grateful for the things that we have, and secondly, it really, like, in a way, removes or reduces the amount of regret that we can possibly have in our lives. And I'm going to touch on these two things in this podcast. But being present essentially doesn't mean that you're being reckless about your future. It doesn't mean that you don't have to care or plan for your future and that you can be the biggest doofus in the world and everything will just work out. That's not what being present means. Being present just means accepting everything that it is, exactly how it is, right here, right now, and not living in a state of past or future. So really, when you're present, you're really considering the state of being of exactly this moment right here, right now. If you're watching this podcast, it means your attention is on this podcast and you're aware of your surroundings, you're aware of your ambience, you're aware of whether you're on the bed, whether you're cooking something right now, whether you're in the shower, but you're present in this exact moment. Your mind is not thinking about what happened yesterday or what happened 2 years ago. Your mind is not about being anxious about what might happen next week if there is something that is potentially on your mind about the future. So when we live in the present state, we're really aware of things that are happening in this moment, the present. That's what it is, right? So we're not really reminiscing or dwelling on the past. And when we do that, we're exerting our energy on something that has already happened. We're exerting our energy on things that have already passed and we cannot change no matter how hard we try. No matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you try and go back in time or overthink the scenarios that have already happened and you replay them in your head, whether they're happy moments or sad moments, they're not, I don't know why my face is so itchy today, they're not going to come back. The past is in the past and what's done has been done. Exerting our energy and overthinking and living in the past is basically just living off memories because that's what they are. It's not going to move you forward or bring you peace in any sort of way. Then there's also living for the future, and that's living in a state of anxiety of what will happen. So always being anxious about what will happen, whether that's waiting for a result or something, whether that's the next time you're going to see someone that you're anxiously hoping that you will see, waiting for a text message, waiting for a call. That's living for the future in a state of anxiety that really does not ground you and it doesn't bring you the inner peace that it really should. When you live in the present, when you tell yourself we are right here right now and nothing else matters, that's when you truly embrace where you are in life and you ground yourself to exactly where you are in life, in this moment you are in life. And I don't know if a lot of people who are listening are spiritual, but as you know, I am highly spiritual and I do believe that everything happens for a reason, that everything happens at the right time, at the right place, that God in the universe is never late, ever. So when you really remind yourself of these teachings and these affirmations and you bring yourself to the present, you really feel a sense of grounding that wherever you are right now, whatever you're doing, whatever your current state is financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, this is the present moment. And this is a part of life that you are meant to go through. This is a part of life that has been laid out for you, because everything does find you for a reason. But that's a whole different podcast. So basically, when we're present, what I'm trying to say is we're not living in the past, we're not reminiscing on memories, and we're also not living in a state where we're super anxious about the future. We're grounded and we are aware of what we currently have, and this is where gratitude comes in. So when you practice being present, at the same time, hand in hand, you also practice gratitude, because being present is exactly what the word in itself means. Present is a gift. So really, the present moment, and my sister kind of taught me this, the present moment is essentially a gift from God, a gift from life, a gift from the universe, in exactly where we are right now. It's a gift to appreciate the abundance of all that we do have and not worry about what we don't have. So what do we have in the present moment? Even if you feel like you have absolutely nothing, I guarantee you have everything that you will ever need to flourish. You have the air that's pumping through your lungs effortlessly. Do you know how much of a miracle it is for your body to be working 24/7, to be pumping blood, circulating air, and doing everything that it needs to do to keep you healthy and alive? It's a miracle. There are people in the world, me as an example, where our bodies don't function the way it should function. So if you do have a perfectly healthy, able body, appreciate it every single moment. Be present with it. Thank every single digit on your hands. Like, think about your organs or your senses, the fact that you can see and smell and taste, and really embrace in all of that. That's being present. When you meditate, one of the simplest things that guided meditations usually tell you is close your eyes and feel from top to bottom, from head to toe, every inch of your body. Like, intentionally divert your thoughts and your mind there and feel everything. Do you feel a twinkle in your ear that you want to scratch? When you get to your shoulders, do you feel tension that you're subconsciously kind of in like a flight or flight mode and you can just relax in a way? Do you feel the cushions under your butt cheeks when your eyes are closed and you're meditating? That's being present. Being present is also about simplest things that we may overlook. So when we wake up in the morning and we're present, the first thing that comes to my mind all the time is, I'm thankful that I'm alive for today, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. No matter what you say, you can come and fight me, whatever you want, no one is promised tomorrow. Even celebrities pass away surprisingly and no one saw it coming. So no one is promised tomorrow. Don't live for tomorrow. Live for the present moment. You can plan for the future, but don't live for the future. That's the key difference. So when I open my eyes in the morning, I'm thankful that A, I'm alive. And then I'm thankful for B, all the things that I have that a lot of people around the world may not have. And these are things like waking up in a warm bed, especially now it's winter. It's freezing here in Sydney. Waking up safe and sound and having a full night's sleep and not needing to be afraid that someone's going to come kidnap me, rape me, shoot me, hunt me down. Because to be honest, there are still thousands of people around the world, like displaced families, children, women, who don't get this luxury of sleeping in their own bed at home and not being afraid of being raped by someone or being come and kidnapped and sold into the black market. Like, how many times do we actually ground ourselves back to these thoughts of the abundance that we have every single day at our fingertips? When you go and brush your teeth, the more present you are, the more you'll realize the miracles that happen just for you to take a shower, just for you to brush your teeth. Every time you turn on that tap, what is the infrastructure in the world that lets you have clean running water coming out of that tap for you to brush your teeth? Clean enough so that you can even drink it. When you take a shower, like, how much has to have gone through for you to have access to that water for you to take a shower? And all these things are so easy for everyone to overlook if we're not being present. And that's why being present and having gratitude go hand in hand. Because when you are present, you are grateful for all the abundance and all the things that God and life have given you as a gift, as a present in the present moment. And when you live for these things, when you consistently are present every single moment, or as much as you can, I can't sit here and say that I'm present every single second of my life, because that would be a lie. I'm still definitely human and nowhere near perfect. But the more present that I practice being, the more present I try to intentionally be, it is truly hard to live a rough life where you victimize yourself. It's truly hard to go through something that upsets you and stay upset for a long time, because really you're so grateful for all the things that you have right here, right now. One of my quotes that I used to live by, that I created myself, was everything that I will ever need, everything that I will ever desire or have is something that already surrounds me. And I don't even remember when I wrote that. I think I wrote that when I was in year 7. But at the moment, I didn't realize that I was practicing gratitude and being present. But now in hindsight, I realize, good job, Jenny. But yeah, that's one thing about being present. It's the fact that we really, really get to not only embrace in the life that we have right here, right now, and forget about the traumas, the worries, and everything that has passed, and not worry about what is not to come. We really are grateful for all that we have. And if I was going to touch a little bit more on worrying about things that are not to come, worrying is energy. No matter if you worry or not, no matter if you overthink about something or not, no matter how many times you replay a scenario in your head about, oh, what am I going to text this person? What's my exam result going to be like? And all this stuff, that's all energy. And energy is real, guys. Like, you might think I'm esoteric and I'm crazy and I'm loony. Or if you think I am, you have not met my sister. And you have not met my best friend, Amira. But energy is real. And there's so many things that I can question you or make you question yourself to ask, how can it not be real? One simple thing is, have you ever met someone and for some reason, even without speaking to them, even without getting to know them, you just can't vibe with them? That's energy. If you want to think about it scientifically, how about the tides and the moon and the way that the moon affects the tides? The moon is physically not touching the water. It's all energy. So that's why when you exert energy into worrying about the future, it's energy that you're never going to get back. And you're putting this energy into a void that's going nowhere. Take all that energy and bring it back to the present moment. Bring it back to the present moment and give yourself all that energy to cherish and nurture what you do currently have, because you can be worrying about something that will actually never come. I don't mean to sound really pessimistic, but you can be worrying about a day that will actually never arrive, because like I said, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow and no one is promised tomorrow. For me, a really simple example was I was in a relationship for a really long time, I don't know, 8-9 years or whatever it was. I never once stressed about when the ring was coming. I never once stressed about when we were getting married. And A, it was because I was in a very healthy relationship where I felt secure enough not to need to worry about that type of status. But B, also, imagine if I did stress and I did worry so much about when this ring day, proposal, engagement day was going to come and when I'm going to get married, and I'm upset and I'm consistently nagging my partner and I'm consistently so upset that this day is not coming and it never came. All those years of exerting all those negative energies into that would be energy that I would never get back. So that's just one very, very simple example that I can clearly, plainly state right here, right now. When I look back on my relationship with my ex, I loved every single moment of it. We had an amazing relationship, and because I was present and I lived day by day and I enjoyed every single moment, so that when we did break up, as much as it hurt the fuck out of me, I'm not gonna lie, you all know how affected I was from that breakup, I don't ever look back and regret a moment of that relationship because I was present. And that's where I want to move on to my second point, which is about being present not only makes us be more grateful for the things that we do have in life, but really it reduces the amount of regret that we might have in our future lives. Because when you're present, you are giving yourself the time right here, right now. You are letting yourself enjoy the moment. You are letting yourself just truly live and exist exactly the way that you're meant to, exactly the way your body, your mind, your soul wants to. So let's say in the future, if there does come a day where you face the last days of your life. This sounds so depressing, but if you were present in your life, if you did live intentionally for the present moment, I guarantee you, and that's a very strong guarantee for me to make, thinking about projecting that one day you might die, but yeah, I guarantee you that if you do live presently, you won't have many regrets at all, because everything that you do, you would look back, and every single moment will be so hard to regret. It will be impossible to regret, because how can you regret it when in that moment you lived for that moment? And that's why when you are living in the present moment, it is truly a way to live your life to its fullest. It is truly a way to let yourself live a life that you won't regret. And to me, I want nothing, I am afraid of nothing more than to be on my deathbed and regret the life that I lived. Because I don't care if you believe in having 9 lives. I don't care if you believe in reincarnation, whatever. I believe in reincarnation. But we will never reincarnate into the person we are today. We will never reincarnate into the exact same life and live the exact same life twice. So you do only have this life. And why would you want to waste it? Why would you ever want to have a playback reel on your deathbed and regret any moment or anything that you do? It's the worst feeling. It's the worst feeling, because have you ever watched videos about people confessing the things that they regret the most when they're dying? And I never want to ever be that person. I was that person actually when I was going through a really, really bad stage 5-6 years ago with my lupus. And you know, everyone knows this story if you've been on my channel since then, that I thought I was going to die. No treatment was working. I wasn't getting better. I was sleeping on the kitchen floor because my parents thought I was going to die. I was becoming a potato. And honestly, I did have that moment, and I did have regrets. I had huge regrets. And because of those regrets, the journey of how I traveled to Georgia, the journey of how I started my medical school studies, the journey of why I left my medical studies, all links back to that. And that's because now I had to go through a wake-up call. I had to go through a near-death experience to learn that. But I'm really hoping that everyone else in the world doesn't need to go that far. I have a joke with my sister where sometimes we say there should be like a service in the world where you can like order a near-death experience for someone who's going through something and can't wake up from something, and you know, like kind of pose like fake them nearly dying, them nearly getting shot or killed, and then maybe that realization will trigger them to have a moment of change in their life. I think that's a bit extreme, but I also feel like if that service was available, a lot of people will open their eyes to how they are living and what they can change. But yeah, so for these really simple reasons, and there are 1,000 more that I probably can't think of right now, or I probably can't explain to the best of my ability, the importance of being present, the importance of living for the moment that we're living now. And in these moments, when we do live in the present, there is nothing that can really come bad out of it. When you live in the present, you love your friends more. You look at your friends and you just think, God, I'm so fucking glad that you're here with me right here, right now. Like, we're in this moment of life together. When you are in the present, you hear the things that you hear around you. You hear the cars on the street. You see the sun shining. You see the birds flying. And you just realize that it takes a miracle for you to exist right here, right now. When we are present, we are so much in enjoyment of everything that we have at the tip of our fingertips that we may overlook when we are not. And we let go of any trauma. We let go of any anxiousness for the future. We let go of anything that's holding us back from the past. And we just live for the moment. And it's truly beautiful. And I highly recommend as well, if you don't meditate, to start meditation. Like, meditation is not something that is only for people who are Buddhist or Hindu. Meditation is for the soul. Meditation is so calming and it's so powerful for the mind. And if you don't do it, I highly recommend try. If you don't know where to start, I would say start with just 2 minutes, and then you'll realize how fast 2 minutes goes. You can go to 5 minutes, then you can go to 10 minutes, but there are so many guided meditations out there on YouTube and on Spotify, wherever it is. Find one that resonates with you. Everyone meditates for a different reason. My mom meditates to get closer to God. My sister meditates to reach enlightenment. I meditate to find inner peace. So, you don't have a one glove size fits all thing for meditation. Find the purpose of what brings you peace when you meditate. Find a meditation that calls your soul, that calls how you feel internally, that calls your nervous system to calm down, and give it a go. It really might help you be a bit more present and change your life. And with that, I will wrap it up here. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao!